Welcome, friends. Now we'll discuss the Maxwell's thermodynamical relations. In my last lecture, we have discussed the thermodynamic potentials. Four different types of thermodynamic potentials or thermodynamic functions that we have discussed. And using these four thermodynamic potentials, Maxwell has derived the important relations, and these relations are called as thermodynamical relations. Now, before actually going to derive this Maxwell's thermodynamical relations, we have to understood the concept of perfect differential or exact differential, because on this mathematical concept of perfect differential or exact differential, uh, the Maxwell's relations can be derived using thermodynamic potentials. For that, let us assume that if there exists a relation among three variables x, y, z, then the variable z can be expressed as a function of x and y. Means if there are three thermodynamical variables, suppose x, y, and z, and if z is a function of two other thermodynamical variables x and y, then we can write the relation, mathematical relation, as dz is equal to partial differentiation of z with respect to x at variable y as constant into dx plus variation or partial differentiation of z with respect to y at constant x into dy. This mathematical equation we can write. Now here, if we assume that if this dava z by dava x at constant y is equal to m, and this dava z by dava y at constant x is equal to n, then this equation will become as dz is equal to m dx plus n dy. Remember that here m and n, these are also thermodynamic functions, but we'll assume in general these are the functions of variables x and y. So this is the mathematical equation. Now differentiate or take the partial differentiation of m with respect to y, and take the partial differentiation of n with respect to x, so that after taking the partial differentiation of m with respect to y and partial differentiation of n with respect to x, we'll get dava m by dava y at constant x. But just we have derived the value of m. Use the value of m here, you will get this equation as dava, because value of m is nothing but dava z by dava x. So if you put that value, you will get this equation as dava m by dava y is equal to dava to z by dava x dava y, and partial differentiation of n with respect to x will give us dava n by dava x at constant y is equal to, putting the value of n, we'll get dava 2z by dava y dava x. So these two differentiations are equal for perfect differential, and hence we can write dava m by dava y at constant x is equal to dava n by dava x at constant y. So actually this is when the differential equation satisfy this condition, then that differential equation is called as exact differential equation or perfect differential equation. And here one should remember that if x and y are two independent thermodynamic properties, then z will also be a thermodynamic property, provided that it should satisfy the above equation. So this is a very basic concept of a perfect differential equation or exact differential equation. That means if you have a differential equation of this form, dz is equal to m dx plus n dy, and if that differential equation satisfies the condition dava m by dava y at constant x is equal to dava n by dava x at constant y, then the differential equation is called as exact differential equation or perfect differential equation. Remember, this is also a condition of perfect differential equation or exact differential equation. So once you understood this concept of this exact or perfect differential equation, it is very much easy to derive the Maxwell's thermodynamical equations, because already we have studied the thermodynamic potentials. So using only the thermodynamic potentials, it is possible to derive Maxwell's thermodynamic relations using the condition of exact or perfect differential. So let us now derive the Maxwell's thermodynamic relations. So consider first thermodynamic potential as the internal energy. We have derived expression for the internal energy or change in internal energy as du is equal to Tds minus Pdv. Remember here the du is a perfect differential or it is exact differential. Why it is called as perfect or exact differential equation? Because it depends only on the state of the thermodynamic system. It doesn't depend upon the path followed by the thermodynamic system. Hence it is called as hence it is exact differential or it is a perfect differential. So we know that du is equal to Tds minus Pdv, and this is of the form dz is equal to mdx plus ndy. So if you differentiate this equation with respect to S and V, because internal energy is function of entropy and volume, and therefore if you differentiate it with respect to S and V, you will get that delta U by delta S at constant V is equal to T. You will get if you differentiate this partially with respect to V, you will get delta U by delta V at constant S is equal to minus P. So this is a partial differential equation. Here we are using the delta. You can use also dava, no problem. So these relations connect the internal energy U with thermodynamical variables S, V, P, and T. That means entropy, volume, pressure, and temperature. And just we have seen that du is a perfect differential equation. You can write this equation delta 2 U by delta V delta S is equal to delta U by delta S delta V. So this can also be written as delta V of delta U by delta S at constant V and total function at constant S is equal to delta by delta S of delta U by delta V at constant S and total function at constant V. So use the value of delta U by delta S and delta U by delta V from above equation, these equations, you will get this equation as delta T by delta V at constant S is equal to minus delta P by delta S because this is nothing but P. So minus delta P by delta S at constant V. So this is the Maxwell's first thermodynamic relation. So it is very easy to derive Maxwell's relation. The same equation can be derived using the condition that we have discussed, the condition of the perfect differential equation. So this du is equal to T ds minus P dv. This is in the form of dz is equal to m dx plus n dy. So use that condition as you will get this as so this is nothing but this is equal, this is in the form of dz is equal to m dx plus n dy. So just we have seen the condition of the perfect differential equation. Now we know that if this equation satisfy condition as dava m by dava y at constant x is equal to dava n by dava x at constant y. So if you write this equation using this condition, you can write this as delta t variation of partial differentiation of delta t with respect to v at constant s is equal to, with this negative sign, partial differentiation of p with respect to s at constant v. So in this way also you can derive the Maxwell's thermodynamic relation. Both way, any of the two ways you can use to derive the Maxwell's thermodynamic equation. In further Maxwell's equations we can derive by using this condition. So this is the first Maxwell's thermodynamic relation. It is very easy. Now we know that to derive the second thermodynamic equation, Maxwell's thermodynamic equation, we have to use this Helmholtz free energy. So we know that Helmholtz free energy is given as F is equal to U minus Ts. Again, if you differentiate this F or this equation, you will get dF is equal to du minus Tds minus S dt. But we know that du is equal to Tds minus Pdv. All these equations we have derived in my first lecture. So use the value of du here. Here you will get Tds minus Pdv minus ds minus S dt. So this Tds will get cancelled. You will get this as dF is equal to minus P dv minus S dt. So this is again in the form of dz is equal to m dx plus n dy. So if you differentiate this partial with respect to T and V, you will get this as delta F by delta T is equal to minus S at constant V, and delta F by delta V at constant T is equal to minus P. And since this is a perfect differential equation using the equation condition of dz is equal to m dx plus n dy, you can directly write this equation. Both terms are negative, hence final equation will be positive, as delta P by delta T at constant V is equal to delta S by delta V at constant T. So this is again a Maxwell's equation. This is actually Maxwell's third thermodynamic equation. So we can derive Maxwell's third thermodynamic equation in terms of by using the Helmholtz free energy. Now we have to derive the second thermodynamic equation by using this thermodynamic potential in terms of enthalpy. We know that enthalpy is given as U plus PV, and differentiate this, you will get dH is equal to du plus P dV plus VdP. Again, use the value of du as dq minus P dV. Therefore, you will get dH is equal to dq minus P dV plus dq minus P dV plus P dV plus V dP. So it will get cancelled, and you will get dH is equal to dq plus VdP. But we know that according to second law of thermodynamics, dq is nothing but Tds. So dH is equal to Tds plus VdP. This will be the thermodynamic potential in terms of enthalpy. Now differentiate this with respect to S and P, because H is function of enthalpy is function of entropy and pressure. You will get delta H by delta S at constant P is equal to T, and delta H by delta P at constant S is equal to V. Again, this thermodynamic potential is in the form of dz is equal to m dx plus n dy. Hence, you can write this equation because dH is a perfect differential or perfect differential, and therefore you can write delta T by delta P at constant S is equal to delta V by delta S at constant P. This is the Maxwell's second thermodynamic relation or second thermodynamic equation. And last thermodynamic equation can be obtained by using the Gibbs free energy, which is given as G is equal to H minus Ts. Again, use the value of H is equal to U plus PV here. You will get G is equal to U plus PV minus Ts. Now differentiate this equation, you will get dz is equal to du plus P dV plus VdP minus Tds minus SdT. Again, we know the value of du is equal to Tds minus P dV. So use the value here and simplify. You will get dz is equal to VdP minus SdT. So from this you can calculate delta Z by delta P at constant T as V, and delta Z by delta T at constant P is equal to minus S. But again, this equation is nothing but a perfect differential equation, and it is in the form of dz is equal to m dx plus n dy. And therefore, using the condition of perfect differential equation, you can write as delta V by delta T at constant P is equal to delta S by delta P at constant T with this negative sign. So this is the Maxwell's fourth thermodynamic equations. Now, these are four thermodynamic equations, and one can give the significance of these four thermodynamic equations as, for example, if you consider this fourth thermodynamic equation, which indicates that the variation of volume with respect to temperature at constant pressure is similar to negative variation of entropy with respect to pressure at constant temperature. Means wherever it is not possible to change the entropy with respect to pressure, you can change the volume with respect to a temperature by keeping the pressure constant. So this is actually the physical meaning of this fourth thermodynamic relation. In the similar way, you can give the physical meaning of all other thermodynamic equations. Now I will give you a simple trick how to remember all these Maxwell thermodynamic equations. So for that, there is a mnemonic, you can call it as. by remembering that mnemonic, it is possible to derive the Maxwell's thermodynamic equations easily. This is a trick to remember Maxwell's thermodynamic relations. For example, the mnemonic that we have to remember is as uh, good professors have studied under very fine teachers. This is the mnemonic. We have to remember this. And first lecture of each word you have to remember as a G, P, H, S, U, V, F, and T. All these are thermodynamic quantities which you have studied while studying this thermodynamic potentials. So you have to remember this. Good professors have studied under very fine teachers. This mnemonic you have to remember, and you have to easily construct or you can write the thermodynamic relations. So how we can derive first thermodynamic relation? For that, what you have to do? You have to write these all first letters in this order. Write the first at the center of this rectangle, and in this order you have to write G, then P, then H, then S, then U at center. Then you have to write this V, then F, and finally T. So these 8 letters you have to write in this way. First thing that you have to do. Then you have to draw the arrows in downward direction. Means you have to take the differentiation of T with respect to V and differentiation of P with respect to S. That we have to take these partial differentiations. And again, you have to draw two more arrows. That means this arrow start from T. Therefore, you have to take cross arrows like this from T to S. And this arrow starts downward, means you have to take the cross arrow, diagonal arrow from P to V. So draw these two because you have to remember at which variable to be kept constant. So this is first relation which is derived by using the first thermodynamic potential change in internal energy. So how you can write? First of all, you write this delta T by delta V at constant S. So you can write like this equation: delta T by delta V, arrow in downward direction, at constant S. End point of the arrow is a constant variable. And similarly, delta P by delta S, delta P by delta S at end point of the arrow or this arrow at constant V. So you have to write this V. And when to write this minus sign? So minus sign is used when S and P they comes together. You have to use the minus sign. Whenever S and P they comes together, you have to use the minus sign. So this is very simple trick to remember the Maxwell's thermodynamic relations, because in many examinations Maxwell's equations they are asked and students get confused how to write the Maxwell's equation. So this is very simple trick by remembering this very easy mnemonic, and you can write the Maxwell's thermodynamic relations. Now, how the Maxwell's second thermodynamic relation, sorry, fourth thermodynamic relation is derived. So only what you have to do, you have to take this arrow in upward direction. You have to take the arrow in this direction, and since the arrow in upward direction, you have to check the you have to change the diagonal arrows. Means now we have to draw the diagonal arrows from here V to P and from S to T, and easily you can write the equation as variation of delta V with respect to delta T, delta V, delta T, and at constant P is equal to variation of delta S with respect to delta P at constant T. So here you can write this equation as uh, delta V by delta T at constant P is equal to delta S by delta P at T. Now here P and S they are come together. Okay, there we have to write the negative sign, but already there is negative sign, and that negative it will become plus sign. So this is the Maxwell's fourth relation, which is derived by using the Gibbs free energy or thermodynamic potential in terms of Gibbs free energy. Now next relations you can derive in similar way. Second relation you can derive, which is in terms of enthalpy. So now what I have done, I have taken the arrows as horizontal like this arrows, and therefore the cross arrows will be from T to S and from V to P. Now differentiation you have to take with differentiation of t with respect to p, you have to take this partial differentiation. So delta t by delta p at constant s is equal to now delta v by delta s at constant p. So this is the Maxwell's second relation. And finally, you can write the Maxwell's third relation. Only you have to change the direction of arrows. So take the arrows in this direction now, in this direction, in the backward direction. And now take the differentiation of p with respect to t at constant v, because diagonal arrows will be from s to t and p to v. So the end point is at this here, end point at v. Therefore, first of all, you have to write delta p by delta t, and end arrow is at v. So this variable will be constant. So delta p by delta t at constant p is equal to delta s by delta v at constant t. So here you can write both these are negative, therefore final equation will be positive. So delta p by delta t at constant v is equal to delta s by delta v at constant t. So this is the Maxwell's third relation. In this way, in very easily, very simple manner, you can write the Maxwell's relations, and you can remember how to write the Maxwell's relation by remembering this mnemonic. So I think that you might have understood how to derive the Maxwell's thermodynamic relations. Thank you for watching this lecture.